last game, the winner takes all. No one remembers Andre's second place. They always remember the winner. Actually, that's not true for esports, but
that's not
in
true.
general. That's why I learned about presidential campaigns and everything else. Always remember the winner. And only one person will win this series, Andre. They're not capable of tying. And game number 3 on Cloud Kingdom is no different. Welcome, everyone, to the Kingdom of the Skies. Introducing in the top right from Team It's Gosu, it is Hwangsin, the red Protoss, who is practicing living in Korea. Also the ace for Team It's Gosu, next to Astoji as well.
That's right. I do want to mention really quick that Hwangsin and I were talking about Cloud Kingdom and saying how we think Bischu is the most powerful on this map. He actually has 2 builds that I'll talk about a little bit later, but let me introduce him. In the bottom left-hand corner, it is Bischu as the yellow Protoss. But the main reason is, you know, this map features such a good Blink Stalker opening. As you can see, you can pressure the front over here, and then you can pressure the main by blinking up with something like what we saw in Game 1 on Muspelheim. And there's a lot of different tricky things. Obviously, you could put sentries on the bottom ground, force yield it out, and then go blink down to the natural yet again. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to prepare against. But also, in Bischu's past, we've seen him do one-gate robos, but they're the most abusive one-gate robos ever. It's like super, super early. And he goes like 1 Telt, 1 Stalker, and immediately, as soon as the Cybernetics Core finishes, he's getting the robotic system. Not quite immediately, but it's really, really close to that. And how you beat something like that is you go a really, really fast pressure, or something like Stargate play, which really doesn't make sense on this map. It's not like a direct counter, or excuse me, it's not like an auto win counter to it, but it's definitely one of those things that you're able to deal with it a lot better. And Hwangsin, he says he wants to go into late game with Bischu. He doesn't want to play these, you know, one-base styles, and he wants to avoid that as much as possible. So I'm really interested. We didn't really come up with a build for him to go on this map, so Hwangsin definitely.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
Hwangsin almost lost his scouting probe. Sorry, that's a little
sorry.
new. Bischu pulled like 4 probes to get it.
Gotcha. But as I was saying, Hwangsin is on his own here, and we had no like preconceived.
He's on his own. That's right, guys. This this series is from Replay, but these guys have played earlier today. In fact, the reason why it was played earlier was because it's Thanksgiving in Korea, where they have the Autumn Festival and the weaving competition. Whoever can weave the most cloth was treated to a feast. Can you imagine that? Would you be able to win the weaving contest, Andre, thousands of years ago in Korea?
I would be a great weaver. I was actually a big knitter.
I can weave tap.
Did you know that?
Do you know what weave tapping is, Andre?
No, I don't.
I will not tell you. You have to look it up on Urban Dictionary.
Okay. I'm scared to look anything up on Urban Dictionary.
It's always like the worst possible definition goes first, too. It's like, man, that's not what I was going for, but I guess that works, too. We can see that Hwangsin and Bischu both initially feeling each other out. Hwangsin again going for early Stalker Zealot aggression, and Bischu going for 1-gate tech yet again. And that's 3 games in a row. So Bischu playing a little bit on the greedier side, but of course Bischu's been, I think he's been playing still pretty stable early on. I don't think he's taking too many risks or gimmicks early on.
No, he's not. And Bischu is doing the exact build that I was talking about, the Robo build. But it's the complete opposite, I would say, of something like a Blink Stalker build. Of course, Blink Stalker's super aggressive, but this super passive.
Wow.
Nice shot by Hwangsin, incorporating that probe in there, giving him just that
extra
little DPS.
Or actually, extra health, I guess. And Hwangsin looked like he was going to fake a 4-gate, but now he's really committed to going inside this base. And of course, the trade is to scout what his opponent is.
And maybe you can get a probe. Normally you can get a probe, but if Bischu is up for the
Nah, he's not gonna really get a probe. Really? Nah, he's not gonna get it.
No, he's gonna get out with a Stalker.
Oh,
wow.
That Stalker trying to block him out.
I'll take that. Oh, he's gonna get the probe. Boom.
Wow.
And he gets out.
Very nice.
Nicely done, Hwangsin.
Bischu, of course. I mean, he didn't lose really much either. I guess he gave up his scout information, but he's playing safe. And in the end, it doesn't really hurt him too much since Hwangsin's doing practically the same exact thing, although Bischu's adding on more gates.
Okay, so we didn't normally prepare this. This was normally 1-gate Robo into a Nexus. But I think Bischu is doing this because he knows his opponent has scouted him.
So he's going to try to react and try to react to his reaction?
Exactly. He's saying, okay, my opponent knows I've done a very greedy build. He definitely has the ability to pressure me. Like, there's a lot of different all-ins that could be very, very effective. So I think he's saying, okay, let me not try to be too greedy with this. Pull back a little bit, get my third gateway, and I'm fine. And whoa, Robotics Bay. He's going all in.
Well, you know, he does have a couple options. In fact, if he thinks his opponent is going to react to his Robo, because he scouts his opponent's observer. In fact, he lost his observer to another observer, everyone who just saw. And so he knows his opponent is going for Robo, so he could have the option of going for a quick Immortal drop and really take advantage of the lack of mobility his opponent has, especially since his Hwangsin has expanded. He has 2 places he really needs to defend. And so, I mean, I wouldn't blame Bischu if he went for a quick Warp Prism. But at the same time, he does have the ability to just go for a Colossus push without Thermal Lance.
Yeah.
And I think that's also equally as strong.
I think so. And, you know, Hwangsin, he won't really be able to materialize much out of this one Nexus. Let's look at the income tab really quick. 28 to 27, so they're very, very equal. Hwangsin will be able to transfer, it looks like 5 probes over to his Nexus. That'll yield him, what, an extra 100 minerals over a minute over his opponent. So not really that substantial. It looks like Bischu, he's moving out very aggressively. Really cool play coming out from him.
No, he wants the 1 base, no nice. Thermal Lance Colossus push.
That's exactly
wow, 3 force fields for 1 soccer. I don't know if that's actually really that good a situation. Because the thing with the 1 Colossus with Thermal Lance, if you force it to move forward, try to break the force field, you can almost insta-snipe it. So the force fields are actually pretty powerful if you place them correctly, even though a Colossus can break it. So I don't know if that was actually a very good decision by Hwangsin.
It's going to be tough.
It's a very, it's going to be really hard. Oh, especially moving down the ramp. Oh, okay.
Oh, Stalker for Stalker trade, it looks like. Just that 1 force field is able to be baited out. But Army tab, it looks like Bischu has a pretty sizable advantage over here. He has a lot of Zealots. Yeah. That's going to actually soak up a lot of damage from that Colossus.
Hwangsin lets him up the ramp as well. No. Oh, he's going to try to chalk up the Force, the Immortals as well. He does catch them. God. No, Hwangsin, the Immortals are completely in the front of battle. What are we talking about, man? That 1 Colossus can't really afford to move forward because he takes too much DPS. Bischu has the large, enormous, gigantic advantage. And Hwangsin really can't do anything. He's got 1 unit of each. He's got more Colossus than Zealot Sentries and Stalkers. And now Hwangsin really has to scramble here, but Bischu now has a lot more supply than Hwangsin. He can't really do much. He's going to lose the biggest part of his economy. The natural is compromised. And Hwangsin, well, the Colossus from Bischu is not really attacking anything worthwhile, just hitting the pylon. Yeah. So he's gotten some free hits, but this is just such a tough position.
Frodan, I have to believe this is a completely different game if he has 2 Immortals. I mean, losing those 2 Immortals to basically nothing is game breaking. I mean, this is actually one of the biggest losing positions for Hwangsin. Even though he was able to fend it off and he has 2 Colossus, he doesn't have the ability to really warp in as much because he lost so many probes just defending. And it's such a shame. Bischu could actually just keep poking onto this 1 Nexus, and knowing that he has that 1 Immortal, it's going to help out so much.
Wow,
really,
Bischu.
Hwangsin can't commit to this, Frodan.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was like a perfect opportunity that was forced from Bischu, because, again, the force fields hurt so much because Hwangsin was not able to limit his opponent's movement. And now Hwangsin does have a force field, but this is a really nice position Colossus. The second one joins as well. Then with only sentries really to buffer for the Colossus, that's like trying to defend yourself from a gun using a piece of paper. That is not going to do anything. GG. And Bischu from Team Dignitas takes the series and moves to 2-1 in the North America Star League Season 4. Bischu.
Well played. Well played. I'm sad.
I'm sad too because I picked Hwangsin to win this series. But at the same time, we were saying, I'm actually really pleasantly surprised by how well Bischu's able to handle himself, and I think his strategies on maps, like you said, is very well planned out because it's the way he's able to open up Stargate and really capitalize on Entomb, the mind games he plays and goes 1 base, and sure, he didn't win that game, but it just goes to show you the diverse kinds of things that goes on in his head, and it's really hard to prepare for an opponent like Bischu.
That's right. We probably played 20 to 30 games together, me and Hwangsin, and we chatted constantly about how to actually approach Bischu. He used Inca, the very strong former Reign Protoss, as a training partner.
Oh, I thought you meant like OGS Inca, or the former OGS
OGS Inca.
Oh, you said former Reign, like, I thought you meant Inca like Kelby, right?
No, no.
Oh, so the Korean Inca.
The Korean Inca. He was on Reign, right?
No, he was on OGS.
Then I'm thinking of, who am I thinking of?
The other Inca, man. There's lots of people. There's like 3 heroes. There's 4 Reigns. There's 5 Gretorps. I don't even know.
But yeah, the former OGS
how many
Inca,
people? There's like 15 clutches, but we have the best clutch in the house. He's also controlling the camera. Quick shout out to him, as he is a man of many talents.